It must be showtime. Welcome to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. For anybody who doesn't know, my name is John. There'll be a test later. And just to let you know, we do follow the CDC guidelines for masks on during the only guy who takes it off is the performer. Yeah. Let you know we're an all-volunteer staff. Been an all-volunteer staff for 51 years. Not me personally. Tonight we've got Joel doing the sound, and Tim and Jen behind the counter. And tonight we have Jim Gary, a longtime favorite at the coffee house, because he's either here performing or a lot of times he'll be in the back row somewhere taking in a show. So he's got a long list of accomplishments, but probably you can just read those right off his sheet there. Don't have to worry about me, taking up your day. So with that, Jim, are you ready? All right, and I'm going to step down and you're going to step up.
Thanks, John. Oh, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign 'cause I have to turn it on. Yeah, it's part of the act. Who pulled my tail? You pulled your own tail. It's a trivia question. Where's that from? No? Nobody?
Yeah.
Someone pulled my tail. Oh, you pulled your own tail, you big coward. Wizard of Oz, yes. Yes, yes, you pulled your own tail. Okay. I'm gonna do this first. All right. Well, thanks for all being here. Wow. If you care to listen, I will play. I know it's been one of those days. Sit back, relax, unwind. Let the music fill your mind. If you care to listen, I will play. If you care to listen, I will sing. And I do hope my song will bring an understanding to your heart. It's such a simple way to start. If you care to listen, I will sing. If you care to sing, sing along. Let all your troubles melt in song. Sing me yours, I'll sing you mine. Together our song will shine. If you care to sing, sing along. If you care to smile, I will too. You know it's the least that we can do. I don't need a cheering throng, just a smile to warm the song. If you care to smile, I will too. If you care to smile, I will too. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I don't see you smiling, but that's probably because of the mask. Yeah, exactly. That's true. All right. Well, I was always tempted to play with that last line to put an internal rhyme in there, with smile and I'll instead of I will. But then I thought if I'm singing, if you care to smile, aisle 2, you're in the grocery store. Yeah, smiles are in aisle 2. Aisle 2, that's where the smiles are. So, anyway. Well, I'd been practicing my 30-second speech. I went to one of the regional folk alliances a number of years ago, and they said, well, you got to have your elevator speech, and you can't just say you're a singer-songwriter. So I thought, well, I'm going to say I'm a songwriter-singer. And that's pushing it. I mean, that's, no, I'm basically a songwriter. I play enough guitar just to do my songs. I tell people I can play a lot of songs on the guitar, but I can't play the guitar. It's. Well, this song started out with an image of my father dunking windmill cookies in his coffee. Kind of a poor man's Don Quixote. The old man tilts a windmill down into his coffee cup, starts to spin a youthful yarn without even glancing up. Slowly lifts his hoary head and looks you in the eye. Says, believe me, boy, what I'm telling you, I'm too old to tell a lie. He led me through a story maze that wound around his mind, unraveled all his glory days he once held and left behind. The endless nights and the beer bottle fights, and the time he almost wed. Then he seemed to pause and catch his breath. He smiled and sighed and said, don't be afraid to laugh, boy. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to feel or fail. Set your sail and fly, and there'll be no remorse at the end of your course. You won't be afraid to die if you're never afraid to fly. He said, I hardly knew my father before his days were done. Now here I sit in his captain's chair, and I hardly know my son. The only woman that I ever loved died before I knew how to sing her song, or dream her dream, or whisper, I love you. Don't be afraid to laugh, boy. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to feel or fail. Set your sail and fly, and there'll be no remorse at the end of your course. You won't be afraid to die if you're never afraid to fly. The old man tilts the windmill down into his coffee cup. He lets it fall without a sound, doesn't pick it up. Head in his hands, he starts to cry till he's resting peacefully, and the cookie crumbles in the cup like a dream washed out to sea. Don't be afraid to laugh, boy. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to feel or fail. Set your sail and fly, and there'll be no remorse at the end of your course. You won't be afraid to die if you're never afraid to fly. Thank you. Thanks a lot. This next song I wrote when I was going through AA, Awkward Adolescence. my first Sadie Hawkins dance. It's a true story. Hey, Uncle Charlie, can I borrow your wife? Learn me to dance real soon. Saturday's Sadie, the first of my life, and I want this young girl to swoon. My problem is one too many left feet, too many weak knees. I don't want to chance her, I want to romance her and dance her rings around the moon. Dance her rings around the moon. She told me her dad was a dandy dancer, a regular Fred Bojangles. Asked me to the dance and I swallowed my answer as my feet and my tongue got tangled. Sure, I said I'd go, but now I don't know. I can't leave her just standing there. It takes two to tango, to fan the fandango and dance those rings around the moon. Dance those rings around the moon. So hey, Uncle Charlie, can I borrow your wife? Learn me to dance real soon. Saturday's Sadie is the first of my life, and I want this young girl to swoon. My problem is one too many left feet, too many weak knees. I don't want to chance her, I want to romance her and dance her rings around the moon. Dance her rings around the moon. Well, he wasn't my uncle, but a close family friend, playing trumpet in the band. Down in his basement he showed me some steps and gave me his wife Betty's hand. She danced me around that pool table where I must have looked twice as green. She said, "You're not so lame, why you put Fred to shame? You're dancing rings around the moon. Dancing rings around the moon." So thanks, Uncle Charlie, for lending your wife. Learn me to dance real soon. Saturday, Sadie, the best night of my life, and boy, did that girl ever swoon. With everyone watching our dance hall debut, I led her out onto the floor. I twirled her, I tripped her, and delicately dipped her, and danced her rings around the moon. Danced her rings around the moon. Hey, Uncle Charlie, can I borrow your wife? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Well, I used to say some of these songs are old enough to drink, and now they're old enough to run for president. So, I don't know. And this one is all, I don't remember writing it. I really don't. I think I've got a few scraps of paper with a lyric here or there. It's a little song about letting, the child within come out and play. She's just a girl at heart, dancing through her day. Throws a kiss to all the boys, and then she runs away with that sweet, sweet smile. The girl in the gossamer gown is all grown up with things to do, running town to town to town to town to town, hiding in her heart wherever she flies. The little girl of hide and seek is hiding in her eyes. Just the girl in the gossamer gown has a child in her eyes. There's a little boy inside the man, playing finders keepers, seeks her out wherever he can, and he sends her colored papers with hearts and flowers. Boldly he wears on his sleeve. He knows she's magic what dreams can do, and the magic of the dream is make believe. In taking a chance, if only he tries, he could be the lucky one who ends up with the prize. 'Cause the boy inside of the man wants the child in her eyes. The ladies of the boy's afraid the little tugging too hard at her dress. The lady's afraid the little boy might say yes. Their fears are flying in the face of romance, but they'll never be the wiser if they don't give the kids a chance. The child in her eyes, running barefoot in the rain. The boy is splashing after her spider webbing wedding train of dewdrops and diamonds. Oh, how they sparkle, they shine. He wonders aloud and she overhears, will that child in your eyes be mine? She grabs him by the heart, he takes her hand. The rain is pouring down as they dance around the bend. Now the girl in the gossamer gown has his child in her eyes. Yes, the girl in the gossamer gown has his child in her eyes. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Whew. The beard was on a little too tight there, and it caught me in the bridge there. And it's Well, back in Greek mythology, there was a woman named Halcyone, and she went out and literally drowned her sorrows when her husband was killed. So her father, Aeolus, god of the wind, took pity on them and turned them into a pair of kingfishers, gave them the power to calm the water. So kingfishers make their nests on the water. This is a song about an old sailor and the night he meets Halcyone. Wet Willie was a salty dog, untimely beached when the captain's log said his sea legs dried up, came unstrung. But he could dance with the best of 'em, shake a leg with the rest of 'em, a girl in every port when he was young. But now he gimps down a lonely pier, he's in the twilight of his years. Sun and salt and spray have marked his face. He gets wetted down at Cappy's Cantina, bedded down outside the marina. His mind's anchored in some other time and place. And he's singing, dance with me, dance on the water. Ships at sea are Neptune's daughters. Lovers all are we, the deep blue sea. Dance with me, dance on the water. A ship is coming, it's time we caught her. Lovers of the sea, come and dance with me. Well, like a lady of the lake she came, skipping light as in a stoner's game, giving all the boys a gentle ring. This merry dancer of the northern lights broke the stillness of that quiet night, and Willie jumped to his feet when he heard her sing. Dance with me, dance on the water. Ships at sea are Neptune's daughters. Lovers all are we of the deep blue sea. Dance with me, dance on the water. A ship is coming, it's time we caught her. Lovers of the sea, and dance with me. Well, Willie's legs gave a joyous shout. Years of dancing just getting out. Willie stepped off the pier onto the sea. He took her hand and gave it a twirl. She made a whirring sound like a Gibson girl and spun off into the night singing wistfully. Dance with me, dance on the water. Ships at sea are Neptune's daughters. Lovers all are we of the deep blue sea. Dance with me, dance on the water. A ship is coming, it's time we caught her. Lovers of the sea, come and dance with me. The captain's voice confirmed Willie's fate. Welcome aboard again, Willie, old mate. And Willie blinks in the glare of a golden gleam. Figurehead appears as the light allows, a ballerina taking the bow, the halcyon ship. Christen, 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 dancer's dream. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you. This is a little song I wrote a while back. It's kind of a love story and science lesson rolled into one. It's little wonder, since the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound, sometimes we're struck by a flash in the night before the thunder even rolls around. And it's little wonder that you never heard things that I left unsaid, some disconnect inside of my head, that actions speak louder than words. Cause and effect, moon and the tide, something's happened naturally. Venus and Mars, two worlds collide. It's not the way it should be. So try to remember, when push comes to shove, we should only be moved. Only be moved, we should only be moved by love. It's little wonder when a ship is off course, even by a single degree. She'll lay anchor on some faraway shores, an ocean from where she should be. It's little wonder when I misunderstood the meaning of our drifting apart, that some iceberg would hit my heart, sink everything that was good. Cause and effect, moon and the tide, something's happened naturally. Venus and Mars, two worlds collide. It's not the way it should be. So try to remember, when push comes to shove, we should only be moved. Only be moved, we should only be moved by love. They say that every action has an equal reaction, but love is not a logical thing. And measure for measure's not a measured response. And look at all the heartache it brings. It's just cause and effect, moon and the tide, something's happened naturally. Venus and Mars, two worlds collide. It's not the way it should be. So try to remember, when push comes to shove, we should only be moved. Only be moved, we should only be moved by love. We We should only be moved, only be moved. We should only be moved by love. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All right. Well, this is a little thing I wrote back at the turn of the century. I was doing an open mic up in Woodstock a while back, and this high school senior, I guess she was like 17 or 18, got up and did her little Taylor Swift thing. And I got up there and I said, I don't know why, but suddenly I feel like I'm 100 years old. And I said, oh, I wrote this song last century, so I guess I am 100 years old. I don't know. This is more of a spring song, but it's a little song about a boy and his mother. So as spring shrugs her snowy shoulders off with so much ease, comes a boy on his bike, his jacket's open, blowing in the breeze. And his mother calls out after him upon this misty morn, advice for all the ages in her worn out words, which warn, keep it zipped, it's for your own good. You can't see down the road to ruin, and I'm wishing that you understood. Keep it zipped, and you'll be all right. 'Cause an ounce of prevention now could cure a world of woe this night. So now he's turned 16, he's spinning his wheels to take the car. But Dad can't steer his thinking clear to letting him go that far. And his angry words spill over Dad until his mom steps in, and he's silenced by her soft but stern suggestion once again. Keep it zipped, it's for your own good. You can't see down the road to ruin, and I'm wishing that you understood. Keep it zipped, and you'll be all right. 'Cause an ounce of prevention now could cure a world of woe this night. Well, all the other kids are doing it, Mom. Their mothers don't care. Oh, all right, I get the point. Their mothers just don't care. So now he takes this stand today, and to tell you all the truth, he's still learning to appreciate the mother of his youth. When one thing's sure, she always said exactly what she meant, and it's the same she'd say for every boy up to the president. Keep it zipped, it's for your own good. You can't see down the road to ruin, and I'm wishing that you understood. Keep it zipped, and you'll be all right. 'Cause an ounce of prevention now could cure a world of woe this night. Yes, an ounce of prevention then could have cured a world of woe this night. Ah, yes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The names were changed to protect the guilty. So I played that down at the Bluebird Café, and there was such an uproar when I got to the last verse that I just hung on that D chord for like a minute before I went, keep it zipped. So. What do I want to do here? Okay. Well, let's see. A friend of mine, this was years ago, threw me this line. And I thought, well, this is a country song if I ever heard a line for a country song. So. Her so-called friends tried to burst her bubble. They say her man is one world of trouble. They saw him drinking down at Bodies in Motion, and she better start thinking there's more fish in the ocean. They said he stumbled out at 2:15, and girl, he was more than half past cheating on you. But she said, I don't care where he wets his whistle. I don't care if his eyes roam. I don't care where he gets his appetite, as long as he eats at home. Long as he eats at home. They saw him flirting at the bowling alley with that Givens girl. I think her name is Sally. She's just a hurtin' that's waiting to happen, and they'd be remiss, girl, if you got caught napping. Oh. So wake up, girl, they said, and smell the bacon. He's got misgivings, and you're sadly mistaken. She said, I don't care where he wets his whistle. I don't care if his eyes roam. I don't care where he gets his appetite, as long as he eats at home. Long as he eats at home. He's window shopping and it don't mean much, as long as he stays on his side of the glass. He can look as long as he don't touch, 'cause he knows if he did she would kick his ass. She says, I don't care where he wets his whistle. I don't care if his eyes roam. I don't care where he gets his appetite, as long as he eats at home. Long as he eats at home. Come on home, honey, it's supper time. Okay, thank you. Well, let's see. I come from a rather large family. And my older siblings had a dog, and my youngest brother had a dog, but I kind of grew up in the dogless years. But I met this woman one time, and she had this dog. And I thought, every folk singer should have a song about a dog, right? So I sat down with her dog, and we swapped stories for a while, and found out he was a chocoholic and a chicken thief. But that didn't make it into the song here. See if I can. Lucky was an old dog, came scratching at the back door of her heart, seeking shelter from the storm. He was afraid of the rain and the thunder of trains and lightning. He came asking nothing more than a bed and a bowl full of water that wasn't falling on his head. And maybe just a treat or two if she didn't think it too forward above and beyond the call, but she gladly gave it all for his love and affection, his unwavering love, and a wag in her direction. Oh, he barked happily, said, I guess you could call me lucky, yeah, that's me. I'm lucky, that's me. It was lucky for me in this dog-eat-dog kind of a world that she was that kind of a girl who cared, shared kindness with stray dogs and strangers. If I dare to say, I'm certain she'd agree they don't come any stranger than me, with a heart of a hobo and a can of half-baked beans and schemes and ready-to-eat dreams to go, jumping on any train of thought that comes along to vex her mind, for a hex sign in her window, words to some old forgotten song. What was that song? Well, her name was Joanne, and she lived in the meadow by a pond with an old dog named Lucky. Yeah, Lucky and me. Lucky and me through the dog days of her summer, chasing round after our own tails. Lucky racing along the rails and barking at the boxcars, and me and her grabbing on some midnight special, come strolling through the park, kissing in the dark and panting after her kisses, searching for the brightest one to cast all of our wishes upon, for this kind-hearted soul of a woman and a couple old lucky dogs, just a couple old lucky dogs. Well, her name was Joanne, and she lived in the meadow by a pond with an old dog named Lucky. Yeah, Lucky and me. Yeah, Lucky and me. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm sure you're familiar with the song Killing Me Softly with His Song, and that history of that. So I think her name was Lori Lieberman. She went and saw Don McLean in concert. And I think she wrote most of these lyrics about killing me softly with his song. Well, I had a similar experience when I was in Nashville. So, she walked in with her backpack and sensible shoes, this kissy-face love song in 7 shades of blue. By the end of the evening, all hearts were entwined. Though I can't speak for hers, I can sure speak for mine. Sure speak for mine. I told you, I can't play guitar. I can only play songs that I try to remember. Sure speak for mine. I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with this girl. She took me to places that were out of this world. Hey, I'm in love with this girl. Well, I asked about Emily, and she sang me her song of unbroken bonds that would last her lifelong. Then she sang me a rainbow of roses in the rain. I can't get her heart and courage out of my brain. I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with this girl. She took me to places that were out of this world. Hey, there's a 50-foot pedestal that I can't climb, and it doesn't even matter that she'll never be mine. I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with this girl. She's one of them faces that's just out of this world. Hey, I'm in love with this girl. I'm in love with this girl. She took me to places that were out of this world. Hey, I'm in love with this girl. Yes. Well, let me see. Where am I? Those are all the songs I know. Which ones do you want to hear again? You think I'm kidding? Anyway. I don't believe that this could happen, though I know something's gone wrong. Silence is deafening in the eye of the storm. Deep in my heart I know she's gone. Something about the way she said I'll see you later, something about that look in her eye. Something in the air smelled of firm resolution. Suddenly I knew it was goodbye. She said I had a close encounter with myself. Think I'd be better off alone. We both knew things weren't working out. I'm sorry, but I won't be coming home. How do you pick up the pieces and try to make them all fit? Every little piece has got some other piece missing. Can't bring myself to forget. Suddenly, all I see is her face, silent as she stood there. The truth broke open like her suitcase and tumbled down the stair. Well, I had a close encounter with myself. Think I'd be better off alone. We both knew things weren't working out. I'm sorry, but I won't be coming home. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm tired of playing these songs because I've heard them before, so I'm going to take a little break from me and play this old, I think it started out as a poem. I first heard this on a Tom Rush album. I wandered today to the hill, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the rusty old mill, Maggie, where we wandered in the very long ago. The rusty green grass is gone now from the hill, Maggie, where the wild daisies once sprung. The rusty old mill now is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. They say I am feeble with age, Maggie, my step not as sprightly as then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time alone was the pen. They say we are aged and gray, Maggie, like spray the wild breakers flung. To me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, since you and I were young. Maggie. Oh, the Dutchman's not the kind of man, keeps his thumb jammed in the dam, holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the morning, Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be. Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Oh, the Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with a love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches the tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes and takes him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him, though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks that he's alone and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Oh, the windmills whirl the winter in. She winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. And he sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up, humming some old love song. A song she learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two. They hum together in the night. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Maggie.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Of course, that was a Michael Peter Smith song, The Dutchman. Okay. Where am I? So I've thrown a lot of lyrics at you, and I ran across a person who doesn't care about lyrics. You know, they just want to dance. Well, I don't know if this song is dance-worthy, but it's got lyrics, but, you know. Words won't move her heart. You gotta move her feet. No, words won't move her heart. She wants to feel that beat. Wax poetic in her ear till the world runs out of rhyme. Won't get your foot in the door to her heart unless you're kicking it in 4/4 time. 'Cause words won't move her heart. You gotta move her feet. The words won't move her heart, she wants to feel that beat. You can sing her songs of love until the sun goes down. Won't punch your ticket to a paradise unless you're taking her to Footloose Town. 'Cause words won't move her heart, you gotta move her feet. Words won't move her heart, she wants to feel that beat. If it ain't grooving, she ain't moving into your atmosphere. She could be crooning over the moon, but still she won't stop to lend you her ear. 'Cause words won't move her heart, she wants to move her feet. The words won't move her heart, she wants to feel that beat. Words won't move her heart, you gotta move her feet. I'll give it about a 3. You know, you really can't dance to it. Thanks a lot. I'm going to take a little break. We'll be back. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
So what do you guys think? That sounded pretty good to me. Yeah. I've realized, you know, we are now hybrid. In addition to all of you fine people here, there's a camera up there on the roof, on the ceiling. Well, hey, and inside the box. So we have virtual people can tune in who can't be either out of their area or whatever. And hi, virtual people. This will be the first time I've ever done that. So we're going to take a short break. Depends on how things go. And then we will be back with the second set. And so until then, refill your coffee cups, hit the washrooms, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back shortly. It's easier. We've got, I think we've got people totally booked till maybe even June. Pretty close to June, so there's no excuse every Friday night except for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So with that, I'll give Jim the high sign and he's up.
Thanks, John. Again. Okay. So, oh yeah, there's a camera up there. Wow. The interwebs. Hey. So.
They've been quite generous with you tonight, so treat them nice.
I had a pick here somewhere. Let me see. All right. Picky, picky, picky. I have a very musical ear, you know, so I'm always picking it. I don't know. Anyway. This is, I think, this is definitely, not kind of, definitely a fall song. So. Everybody in their lifetime needs to find that special place where their reason to be falls in step rhyme with the larger world of time and space. And as I pass through my prime and a panic presses the pace, suddenly in mid-climb, it hits as plain as the nose on your face. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. Sentimental season, and with every falling leaf, my heart cries out for a reason. Why should time be such a thief? Trees with lifeblood freezing bear their branches in relief. They know that change marks completion, just as you mark my belief. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. Doesn't take much to remember the world I used to know. Sad as trees in November, with nowhere to hide from the snow, and nowhere to go. I no longer apprehend my life as it unfolds, and I won't fear the year's end, no matter what the winter holds. On nothing else will I depend, not on fortune, fate, or gold. With you and you alone, my friends, the song is sung and the story is told. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. With you, I am complete, and life is sweet. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Well, I don't know if you saw the website that they put it, but they found, I don't know where they found this video of me. They put up. Yeah, 10, 12 years ago, I was asked to, I volunteer at the Theater of Western Springs, which is the other TWS. And they were doing a fundraiser. And Jim Peterick lives in the area, and they got him to come in to do a show, you know, from the Ides of March, you know. And they said, "You want to open for him?" I said, "Okay, I guess." I'd never opened for, you know, a rock band before or whatever. So this was one of the songs I did that night. Oh, and I think I made a comment on there that, you know, that I was trying to write a song, you know, in the style of Bob Seger, you know, because I grew up in Detroit, you know, all that Bob Seger stuff kind of thing. And I said, well, maybe it's a song for Bob Seger, you know, maybe, you know, you get him to put it on his next CD. But I think he's retired now, so I guess that ship has sailed. But anyway. Life is learning, play the game. Do it or it's done to you. But everybody didn't start out quite the same, with a free spin and a silver spoon. There's no U-turn on that highway of life unless you're authorized rich. That ribbon of gold keeps you toeing the line, hoping to find your niche. So you reach for the brass ring and try to get wealthy, riding on this merry-go-round, reaching for anything just to stay healthy and to keep yourself from falling down, falling down. Falling down. Can't fight City Hall, you can't buck the system. It's been going on for far too long. And you can't hear the sound of a different drum unless it fits into some rock and roll song. There's no free meal in that abandoned luncheonette, scratching just to feed the itch, and scraping ribbons of mold from your silver-lined dreams, 'cause every star's got some hitch. So you reach for the brass ring, try to get wealthy, riding on this merry-go-round, reaching for anything just to stay healthy and to keep yourself from falling down, falling down, falling down. Suddenly you find you're at the end of the ride, wondering where you've been. Suddenly you're scraping up the rest of your pride for another ride around again, just to reach for the brass ring, try to get wealthy, riding on this merry-go-round, reaching for anything just to stay healthy and to keep yourself from falling down, falling down, falling down. Yeah, Bob Seger. Yeah. Rock and roll, rock and roll. I feel like I need to roll up my sleeves now. I don't know. Ah, yes. So back in the day, I was a John Denver fan, and he'd recorded a Brian Bauer song called "Berkeley Woman," about a woman in a rocking chair. And then he recorded one of his bandmates' songs, "Thank God I'm a Country Boy." And so I kind of mashed those together kind of for an idea for this song that I wrote for a girl that could not sit still. I mean, she was always rocking, so. Rocking chair girls, they got a funny way of making you feel. They hypnotize you as they rock and they reel, and get you chasing them after their heels. Oh, those rocking chair girls. Rocking chair girls, they got a special way of fixing their curls. They mesmerize you as they sway and they swirl. Around their finger they'll give you a twirl. Oh, those rocking chair girls. Yeah, they love you, man, like a nobody can. Take you down to the promised land. Make you love them till you cannot stand. Take you down there and love you again. Yes, sir. Rocking chair girls, you know they're Mother Nature's most precious pearls. No matter whose country's flag they unfurl, where they're the best lovers in all of the world. Oh, those rocking chair girls. Yeah, they love you, man, like a nobody can, and take you down to the promised land. Make you shout out, yes I am a rocking chair man. Rocking chair girls, they got a funny way of making you feel. They hypnotize you as they rock and they reel, and get you chasing them after their heels. Oh, those rocking chair girls. That's it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. This is a little song I wrote for my mother. Well, there's some, whatever, you know. This is Oedipus, no. Actually, it's about some trees in my life. It's semi-autobiographical, I guess, whatever. There was a tree in my backyard when I was just a lad. It gave me cherries and a treetop fort, the best climbs I've ever had. Struck by lightning a couple of times, survived with vigor and vim, until the day that the termites came and they took her limb by limb. And so we moved to another house, new friends to be made, and the street was all lined with trees, a boulevard arcade. Like a picture of forever land, life's an endless swing, until the day of the Dutch elm blight and the saws bite ring by ring. Ain't that the way that the world spins round? Gather your sticks in a bundle, and nothing's ever gonna break 'em at once, but those little things gnaw, and those little teeth saw, and before you know it, they crumble. Now there's a tree on the riverside, she rocked me in her boughs, sent us sibling saplings out to find the why and the how. Stood by the river though he passed her by, in flood and freezing cold. Now old man river just taunts at her roots and slowly erodes her foothold. Ain't that the way that the world spins round? Gather your sticks in a bundle, and nothing's ever gonna break 'em at once, but those little things gnaw and those little teeth saw, and before you know it they crumble. There was a tree in my backyard. Let's see. Count this one off for me, Doug, because I never remember how fast it's supposed to go. Well, I remember growing up with a dream every boy has had, to be a cowboy on a horse, a six-shooter of course, and John Wayne was my dad. But I grew up in the city where the river of my life took many courses, and very much to my dismay, when I realized one day I'm afraid of horses. And you, as a very young girl, would dress up in your mama's clothes, all the ones she used to wear. Her perfume filled the air with the fragrance of a rose. But you grew up on the farm with a simple country charm that life caresses. It was the tomboy of your youth finally spoke to you in truth. You're afraid of dresses. Oh, wondrous hand of fate, set the time, place, and date. We met at the university. I came wet behind the ears, and you came with your small town fears. Sight of our first love was a sight to see. A 4-H dance and rodeo, I came to swing my partner do-si-do. Oh, my tuxedo was sequins green, you wore your new blue jeans, took 3 ribbons at the rodeo. A fool with horse sense could have seen the unfettered truth. Bridal path not meant to be. You can't dress up a country girl, corral her in a city world, any more than you can throw a horse under me. But every now and then I dream of this lady in distress, and I go galloping with speed, turn away this mad stampede where you've fallen in your dress. Back in reality, still the same old you and me, still afraid of horses. You're still that country girl, married to your country world, still afraid of dresses, still afraid of me. I'm still afraid of you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Yeah. Let's see. I just threw that in there in case Eric Clapton ever hears this. Maybe it'll pique his interest. Oh, but he's an anti-vaxxer now, isn't he? Loneliness is in the house tonight. Stand up and take a bow. Loneliness in this house tonight. Let me tell you how. Came in late on the midnight train. Rode all night through the driving rain. Loneliness in this house. Emptiness in this bed tonight. The place you used to lie. Emptiness in my bed tonight. Don't you even wonder why? Came in late on the midnight train. Rode all night through the driving rain. Emptiness in this house. Don't you try to tell me that this love was never real. Don't you even try to tell me how you think I should feel. Bitterness in this heart tonight. Pumping in and out every vein. Bitterness in my mouth tonight. Spitting out your bloody name. Came in late on the midnight train. Rode all night through the driving rain. Bitterness in this house. Loneliness is in the house tonight. Stand up and take a bow. Loneliness in this house tonight. Don't you even ask me how. Came in late on the midnight train. Rode all night through the driving rain. Loneliness in this house, in this house, tonight, tonight. And it's getting near dawn. Yes, 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 yes. What should I do here? Oh yeah, I can do this one here. This is a song I wrote about the Bluebird Café down in Nashville. Small town blues, everybody's been there. Playing you lose, you can't seem to win there, so you grow up scrapping just to sing your own song. But nothing ever happens, and you never belong. But one of these days, you're gonna show 'em what you're made of. One of these days, they're gonna know where you came from. But you just have to wait till that day rolls round. Just have to wait, 'cause this town is a tough room to play. Big city streets with a song and a smile. Underneath that armor beats the heart of a child. It's a boomtown of blue skies. Hitch your wagon to a star. There's a bluebird just waiting for the strum of your guitar. But one of these days, gonna show 'em what you're made of. One of these days, they're gonna know where you came from. But you just have to wait till that day rolls round. Just have to wait, 'cause this town is a tough room to play. All the drifters and the dreamers and the schemers and the like are fighting for their 15 minutes of fame out in front of the microphone, hoping their song hits home. But one of these days, gonna show 'em what you're made of. One of these days, they're gonna know where you came from. But you just have to wait till that day rolls round. Just have to wait, 'cause this town is a tough room to play. You just have to wait till that day rolls round. Just have to wait, 'cause this town is a tough room to play. You just have to wait, 'cause this town is a tough room to play. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Well, I heard an interview years ago with Elizabeth Cotton. I think she was on a college tour. She was 87 years old. Just a little black woman, played guitar upside down and backwards. And she said that she wrote that song when she was 12. So she'd been playing it for 75 years. You know the song I'm talking about, right? Little Freight Train. So I stole the lick for this song. Oh, but the idea for this song started with, I heard an interview with Don Schlitz, who was talking about how hard it was to get anybody to record The Gambler because there wasn't a woman in it. So I thought, hey, if I write a Gambler song with a woman in it, you know, Kenny Rogers, where are you when I need you? He's off getting a facelift, I guess. I don't know. What are you doing, Jim? Man. Can we edit this part out? How does that go? Moses was a drifter, never held on to nothing for long, except a boxcar rail, a deck of cards, and a gotta keep moving song. And Sarah was a stowaway, running from a broken heart, when he jumped into her secret and a shot rang in the dark. She begged his forgiveness, but he said it was just a scratch. Saw the fear melt in her eyes, and in the cards he saw a match. Fate train, where lovers crash in the night. Fate train, and two wrongs can make a right. Two wrongs can make a right in the middle of a lonely night. So Moses introduced himself and proposed a game of chance to fight the fright and to pass the night of a lady in the circumstance. She beat him at his own game, and they laughed until they cried. And in the deal he lost his heart, and hers was roped and tied. Fate train, where lovers crash in the night. Fate train, and two wrongs can make a right. Two wrongs can make a right in the middle of a lonely night. Well, Moses lost his luck in the cars. He'd never been lucky in love. And Sarah said she'd never love again. Well, he decided to call her bluff. Put his heart on the table, and her eyes fell to the floor. And Sarah drew him in close to her vest and threw the cards out the boxcar door. Fate train, where lovers crash in the night. Fate train, and two wrongs can make a right. Two wrongs can make a right in the middle of the lonely night. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, I woke up this morning, Lord, my woman was gone. I said I woke up this morning, and Lord, my woman was gone. Don't care, she copped all of my covers, but she could have left my radiator warm. She must have got them cold feet, put on her walking shoes. I said she must have got them cold feet and put on her new walking shoes. Jumped out that window of opportunities, left me with these cold feet blues. Now love is hell when you're freezing, she ain't there pleasing you. I said love sure is hell when you're freezing, and she ain't been there pleasing you. Hell gonna freeze right on over before this heart beat a path to someone new. I'm gonna head down south a ways, the sun is most always hot. I said I'm gonna head on down south a ways, the sun and sand is always hot. Won't need no woman there to warm me, sand got my feet so hot to trot. Gotta shake rid of these, shake, rattle, roll rid of these cold, cold, cold feet blues. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm tired of playing these songs. I'll play somebody else's song. I'm working on a new Christmas album. I don't know if it'll be ready this year. We'll see. And this song has Christmas in it, so I thought, you know. This is an old Don Lang song. Don was from Iowa. He passed through Chicago years ago. He wrote a song that Ann Hills recorded about the 3 Mile Island accident called Take the Children and Run. It was chilling. And it's like the guy's calling from the plant to his wife saying, take the children and run. This isn't that song. So. And I ran across Don down in Kerrville. I was down there about 45 years ago or whatever it was, 100 years ago. But I learned this song off a tape of Art Themes. Good old Art Theme. I never knew my granddad, he was always on the bum. Every September he'd grab him a southbound and he'd ride. Long about Christmas, me and my brother would get us some coins in the mail that we couldn't spend, they were all he could send from the Mexico City jail. Back in the 30s when the going got tough, old granddad hit the road. Mother was young then and only remembers his name. Granny got work in the old cannon factory and took in some wash on the side. She promised herself she'd never forgive him, a promise she kept till she died. So here's to you rounders and here's to you railroad bums, hoping you make it home soon. Here's to the women who married for love and lived with the man in the moon. Once near the end he rolled into town, he was riding that Greyhound line. I suppose he got old and them boxcars got harder to climb. He dropped his last dime in a call to my granny, but no was her only reply. She hung up the phone, cursed him in German, but I saw the pain in her eyes. Here's to you rounders and here's to you railroad bums, hoping you make it home soon. Here's to the women who married for love and lived with the man in the moon. I never knew my granddad, he was always on the bum. Salvation Army sent us a note when he died. Now me and my brother carry the memory of a face we never did see. Like some foreign coin laying cold in a pocket, the young boy's faded blue jeans. Here's to you rounders and here's to you railroad bums, hoping you make it home soon. Here's to the women who married for love and lived with the man in the moon. Great song, Don Lang. Thank you. All right. While I'm here, should I do this? Who knows? Heck yeah. Speaking of rovers, that's my next project there, Doug. Rounders and rovers. All right. Hobos and trains. That's another. This is another Michael Peter Smith song. This here mandolin is carved out of pine. It was willed unto me by a hobo down the line. He donated this mandolin with these last words before I pass over. Boy, I'll show you some chords. This here mandolin is made out of earth and stone. If the sound of the railroad makes you feel all alone, this here mandolin takes a hobo back home. This here mandolin is sure full of sand. It only plays out of tune when there's a cop on the train. It can play you the rhythm of the super chief out of St. Paul. That ain't all. This here mandolin make a young girl open up her window. Like a warm bed on a rainy night, like a hex sign on a barn. This here mandolin keeps a hobo from harm. This here mandolin can play the hard times, play the booze and the bread lines and the men killed for dimes. Can play you the cry in the night, jungle fire band, deep in the heart of this land. This here mandolin is made out of old barns and water tanks. If the jukebox is busted and you need you an old song, this here mandolin takes a hobo back home. Takes a hobo back home. Michael Smith. May he rest in peace. Man. Oh. Okay. This is a song that was recorded years and years ago by the late, great, famous folk singer, Frank Sinatra. This was a few years back. They celebrated his 100th birthday or whatever. And shortly after that, the songwriter of this song, that evidently Frank had commissioned to write him some songs. This is back in the 60s or whatever, 60s, early 70s. And I think it was an album of song and poetry, I think, from what I remember. But this is the song that came out of that album. And then not too long after that, I stumbled on a video of John Gorka doing this song. I went, well, hell, if John Gorka can do this song, I guess I can do it, I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still in all I'm happy, the reason is you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. There was a girl in Denver before the summer storm. Oh, her eyes were tender, oh, her arms were warm, and she could smile away the thunder and cry away the snow. And though it seems so long ago, I have been a rover, I have walked alone. hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still in all I'm happy, the reason is you see. Once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. There was a girl in Portland before the winter chill. We used to go courting along October Hill, and she could laugh away the dark clouds and cry away the snow. Seems like only yesterday is down the road I go. I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still in all I'm happy, the reason is you see. Once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. Oh yes, Rod McEwen. Yeah, back a long time ago. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let's see. We're getting close here, I think. Oh. Well, I want to do this down anyway. I saw a bumper sticker when I was in Texas. If you love something, let it go free. And if it comes back to you, or if it doesn't come back to you, hunt it down and kill it. Texas. Yes. So I'm trying to take the opposite approach with this song. So if I can remember what the hell I'm doing here. Well, I went out walking late the other night in the dark of a new moon. All the stars above were lending light. The whole universe seemed in tune. When in a distant flash, then thunder, I saw what used to be our star. It made me stop and wonder how you're doing and where you are. I wish you luck, I wish you love, I wish you every happiness. I wish you hope, I wish you joy, I wish you tenderness and bliss. I wish you all of this. I wish our hearts had had the metal and all the means to make it through, that in the end we didn't settle on just the easy thing to do, that our love stayed young and smiled through all those stormy skies, that we never lost that child who danced so briefly in our eyes. I wish you luck, I wish you love, I wish you every happiness. I wish you hope, I wish you joy, I wish you tenderness and bliss. I wish you all of this. You know, it's so ironic to finally see the light. Years since that star is all burned out. Guess that's what wishes are all about. Then as I turned back toward home to go, single raindrop streaked my face. I felt the moon begin to tug and tow my heart up to a higher place, where the tides reveal life's ebb and flow through all those depths we are. As I turned that corner, I whispered low, a final wish upon that fading star. I wish you luck, I wish you love, I wish you every happiness. I wish you hope, I wish you joy, I wish you tenderness and bliss. I wish you all of this. I wish you all of this. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I wrote this when I became dangerously close to becoming a folk stalker. This is probably about 25 years ago. I kept hearing the buzz about this Canadian singer-songwriter. I saw she was coming through town. She had like 3 gigs. I couldn't make the first 2. When I finally saw her, I wish I would have made the first 2. So I said, well, I should write her a song. Maybe I'll write in her style. We'll see. I think Newsweek or Time says she makes being forlorn almost a state of grace. And if you haven't heard of Lynn Miles from Canada, she's the best thing to come out of Canada since Joni Mitchell, I swear to God. Go and catch her, her first 2 or 3 albums are just stunning. Somewhere, I got to start this over because this is going to fall off in the middle of this. It's, you know. And I forgot to move the capo, capo is Latin for I can't play guitar in B flat. That's what that means. Capo. Capo capare capatis. I don't know, something like that. Don't tell the nuns I said that. Somewhere down your lonely lane, you're gonna happen upon a heart, hover over your own sweet breast when your night falls all apart, and when your eyes have lost their stars and the moon has waned her shine. In the darkness that hollow I pray, let that heart be mine, heart be mine, heart be mine. In the darkness of that hollow, let that heart be mine. Sometime across your lifeline, you'll hold a heart inside your head and go skipping along the shoreline where the surf sings to the sand. And when the tide has cooled your brow with that sweet sweat so sublime, in the haven of of that harbor, I pray. Let that heart be mine, heart be mine, heart be mine. In the haven of that harbor, let that heart be mine. When your heart has beat you down to the last chamber of the night, reach out into the heart of your darkness and you will find my light. Heart be mine, heart be mine. In the darkness of that hollow, let that heart be mine, heart be mine, heart be mine. In the haven of that harbor, let your heart be mine. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Here's John.
I'm back.
He'll be back.
Well, I will be next Friday.
That's right.
Same time, same place.
Yes.
Rachel Kilgore next week, a lady from Minnesota who will be joining us here. And nobody ever gets out of this coffee house without an encore.
Oh, I thought you were saying out here alive.
Oh, no. We'll let you go this time. So, do you have something you could do as an encore?
Oh, I could probably think of something, I guess.
Okay.
But I'm in this tuning now, so you know. So.
But, in the short term, it's been a wonderful night. I've never seen Jim with so much chin hair.
Here am I changing chin. It's just COVID here.
A COVID thing,
Yeah. I accept bribes of cookies and milk between Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve.
And his Christmas gig, you'll never guess what he's doing.
Yeah, really. No, you don't want your kids on my lap. No. Yeah.
All right, well, I've delayed as long as I can.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
I think I'll do something here. Let's see. See if I can. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See if I can. It's the capo. The capo is killing me. I've been lately thinking about my life's time, all the things I've done and how it's been. I can't help believing in my own mind. I know I'm gonna hate to see it end. Seen a lot of sunshine, I've slept out in the rain, spent a night or two all on my own. I've known my lady's pleasures, had myself some friends, spent a time or two in my own home. Well, I have to say it now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really fine to have the chance to hang around, lie there by the fire and watch the evening tire, while all my friends and my old lady sit and pass the pipe around, and talk of poems and prayers and promises and things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care, how long it's been since yesterday, and what about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we share? Days they pass so quickly now, nights are seldom long. Time around me whispers when it's cold. Changes somehow frighten me, still I have to smile. It turns me on to think of growing old. Though my life's been good to me, there's still so much to do. So many things my mind has never known. I'd like to raise a family, I'd like to sail away and dance across the mountains on the moon. Well, I have to say it now, it's been a good life, all in all. It's really fine to have the chance to hang around, lie there by the fire and watch the evening tire, while all my friends and my old lady sit and pass the pipe around and talk of poems and prayers and promises and things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care. How long it's been since yesterday. What about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we share? There we go. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Well, John Denver for you. Poems, Prayers, and Promises. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And John.
Great song.
Thank you.
Great concert. And all up the stool. All right, next week we have Rachel Kilgore coming to visit us here from Minnesota. And one more hand for the man with the beard. All right. Safe travels home, and we'll see you next week. I'll go first.
Yeah, there he is. You're around here. This guy, really. So, James, did you write did, yeah, I was down there actually. I volunteered there.
Oh, cool, all right, well, I'll check it out next year.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, thank you for
That was
coming.
great.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
You know, the guy on the flying trapeze, when they're gonna do that really difficult thing, and the announcer tells you how difficult it is, and this is the only guy in the world, and then they always miss it the first time, just to prove how difficult it is, and then they climb up and nail it the second time.
Well, I was
It's the
working
same.
without a net, so.
Yeah, I know.
She put on me.
Annette? I don't, you probably don't remember the last time I bumped into you here.
Yeah.
You had some of your
Yeah.
new folk,
Unfolk.
Unfolk.
We're playing unfolk, yeah.
unfolk, yeah.
Folk off.
Kerrville guy, so the new folk sticks to me.
Yeah.
You gave me those two CDs.
Yeah, yes.
And I really enjoyed them, so thank you